difference between a jnani and ajnani. How a jnani will be looking the world and how an ajnani will be looking the world. Ajnani and jnani, there is no much difference by face, by the expression, by the veshabhushas. There may not be any differences. But what will be the differences? So their response on the different situations, how they will respond to the different situation, different circumstances, the different in the worldly affairs, how they will be dealing. In that there will be some differences. That is what we need to understand, both a yogi as well as a bhogi, isn't it? Their nature will be different towards the things. What we like may not a yogi like it. What a yogi like, a bhogi will not like it. Or a normal pen, don't use the word bhogi, that it may hurting you, isn't it? So leave that word bhogi. So a normal man, a normal man, what he like, what he wanted to do, that a yogi may not be wanted to do, or the whatever practices he will be. So what he like, what he wanted, what his like and dislike will not be liked by a normal man. What a normal means, interest will be there, their taste will be there, that ruji will be there, that a yogi also will not have its interest. You agree, no? All of your understanding, you agree with that? Because we sing no, like with a yellow or a blue glass, the with the specs, if you see the things, everything will be blue only, right? Or a person with a jaundice will be seeing everything will be yellow only, right? So his look will be as it is. So actual aspect, it will be different, isn't it? For a person who is a jnani, he who is a yogi or a knowledgeable person, his approach by understanding the value of that aspect, value of that value, understanding that, he will come to a conclusion. Yes, that much only is there in that, and that much there alone he will stop. Wherever full stop is required, there he will put the full stop. But a normal man, he will have indulgence, what you can say, he may have to enjoy, he may have to go ahead, he may have to experience, then only he will put a full stop, or he will go ahead also. Hope you are understanding. So that way both yogi and bhogi will have his own differences of opinion on any aspect. So the response will be different, because the response means, in the sense, the attitude will be different. The other aspect is the purpose of Vedanta, or purpose of Vedanta is not to change the person. It is our attitude to be changed. So the world or the Vedanta cannot change the world also. Vedanta cannot change the world also. World will be as it is. But our attitude means Vedanta can give some impact on our thought process. Vedanta can, or the Gita can make us to have our attitude toward the worldly things. Okay. So worldly things will be as it is only. As it is, it will be. There we cannot change. Where we can change? On ourselves. He who is reading Gita, he who is understanding the Vedanta, their approach, in their drishti, what is called look, some changes this Vedanta can bring. That also we need to understand. So world for the jnani is same, world outer world for ajnani is also same. Their perspective, their outlook, their drishti, their how they deal with the society will be different. That we need to understand. So if for example, if you two people are there, they see the wave in the ocean, one person will see wave in the wave only, means that waves alone we will be seeing. Other person will see water in the wave. Who is Jnani and who is Ajnani?
The person who is seeing wave in the water.
Person who seeing the
Wave in the
water
water.
in the wave.
Water, yeah, water in the wave.
Water in the wave. Not wave in the water. Okay, water in the wave. Means he will see the water in the wave. Other person will see wave as wave itself. Wave will form, another form will form, his grandchildren will form, his uncle will form, his mama will come. Different forms of the waves will be there. So wave as it is, as a wave only, he will understand. The Jnani will understand the tattva behind the wave. Or what you can say, H2O behind the wave. Water behind the wave, he will see. So that differences, it will be there. Sir, the immortality and mortality of the water or the wave. So he who see the water in the wave, he will see the what is called the immortality of the water. If that water changes into other forms, he will see it will come back to water only, isn't it? That is what a Jnani will see, the immortality of the wave. What is the immortality of the wave? All are into the water.
It will not change.
What is that?
Water will remain water.
What is the immortality of the wave?
That's what, water will not change.
What is the immortality of the wave? Again, I am asking.
Doesn't have immortality.
Eh?
So water will change the direction according to the
immortality of the wave is water.
Yeah.
Mortality of the wave is wave itself. Wave as a wave, it will see. But wave will come from, it will change, right? It will change over to water, isn't it? So the mortality of the wave is water. Mortality of the wave is wave alone, and the immortality of the wave is water. Okay. So drishtikona, the attitude, the vision of the Jnani and Ajnani is what we need to understand here. Okay. So don't go to the seashore and look at in that way. You see what it is. It is just for understanding purpose only. We need to understand. So the Dvaita and Advaita, that way also we can understand. One is Advaita. Don't take in that Advaita, which is the philosophy of what is called Shankaracharya. Just for understanding the Advaita as a single, Dvaita as a duality. In that way, when you understand what will be there, what is Advaita?
Atma is Brahman.
No, that you Shankaracharya's definition you don't take. Here the Advaita is nothing but the water in the wave. Dvaita is what? Seeing, Ajnani will see wave separately and the water separately. That become Dvaita, separateness, isn't it? So that identification will become different. Pre understood? What? Tell what you understood.
Sir, you were explaining how the Jnani and Ajnani see the outside world. Like same two people, Jnani will see it in a different way and Ajnani will see it in a different way. For that, you gave an example of wave in the water and water in the wave, right? And from there you went to Dvaita and Advaita, that concept, right?
So it is like watching a movie in a movie theater or a film theater. When you go and see a movie, Some people go very deep into it and they get attached to it, and pour water, and hero comes, that what is called the sound, everything will come, pataka will crackers will break, and then attach yourself with the movie, or the lot of what is called how the Mahabharata started, lot of trumping, and then sound, everything will start in the movie theater also, right? Means attach yourself into that. So actually what it is, when you analyze it, yes, it is the reflection of the light, isn't it? As a hero or heroine, he who come in the screen, it is nothing but a screen only, isn't it? It is in the screen a reflection of the light, which will be showing or seen as a hero or heroine. So too much of attachment to that make us to feel what is called the duality. The screen will be different and the hero will be different, and that way that attachment also comes. Because of that, that becomes the identification of the ajnani. That way also we can understand. Another aspect, another way to understand this is about an ignorant person is like an owl. Owl, he who see on the night time, isn't it? Owl. So ignorant person is an owl with a night life, compared with when you compare with the night life. Jnani, a human being, a daytime, he is a Advaita. Daytime, when we compare with that, a human being, night life. So the night life is Dvaita, the owl's life is Dvaita, and human being's life is Advaita, the day life. And in this same sloka also the same, this is what it is told. So whose life is having the night for Ya Nisha Tasyam Sanyami Jagarti. Sarva Bhutanam, for all the jivas, Ya Nisha, which is the night. In that night, Sanyami Jagarti, the Jnani will be awake. And in that Yasyam, Bhutani Jagrati, the jivas are awake. In that daytime, Pashyati Mune Nisha, that Muni, that Jnani, yogi will be, for him it will be night. Means what? So these four comparisons are there here. Night life and day life, Dvaita and Advaita. One more is there, that is a owl and a human beings. That way when you compare, a Jnani is awake to Advaitam, means asleep to Dvaitam. A Jnani is awake to Advaitam, means asleep to Dvaitam. A owl means an ignorant person, Advaitam. An owl is asleep to the day and awake at night. A owl, Ajnani, or the night life, or Advaita, that is asleep in the day and awake in the night. The night means what? Night is Dvaitam. Okay. So a owl is asleep in the day and awake at the night. A Jnani is awake at Advaitam and asleep in the Dvaitam, or the what you can say, the Jnani. Okay, that way also we can understand. It means the look is different. How an elephant, if you go to Guruvayur, we can see elephant like structure, we can say an idol, or what you can say a murti, we can see a beautiful elephant structure is there. So Jnani can see as a real reality, but a Jnani, he who understands, it is not a elephant, he is only a murti. That way of differences he will be able to understand. The other way of understanding is what we can say. A small story is given in Vedanta, like Narada, he goes to Surya, sun, and he's explaining about her in India or in the world. Everybody is praising, everybody do Surya Namaskara, everybody is praising you, everybody know about you, and you also know everybody, and you have seen everything. And but there is one pretty girl whom you have never seen, like that. Who is saying? Narada. Narada is saying to Surya. Okay, so Surya is wondered, I have seen everything. I am seeing every day. I am seeing the whole world, and there is nobody whom I have not seen. Then Narada is saying that, yes, there is a pretty woman, Mrs. Or no, you don't say Mrs. Miss Darkness. Okay, so you have never seen Miss Darkness, isn't it? Like that, the sun is saying, and then next day he is trying to find out this darkness. What will happen? As soon as he will go to the east, then the Miss Darkness will go to the to the west, isn't it? He is not able to find out. As soon as the sun goes to the west, the Miss Darkness will be coming to the east. That way the rotation comes. So they could not find out. Means the sun could not identify the darkness. So the search is continuing. So it is same way. The look is different. Our attitude is different. So the day is not able to find out the darkness. Darkness is not able to find the day also. The same way, Jnani and Ajnani's look is different on the whole world. That also is told. So a learned persons look at the society in a different way. Whatever has to be seen, enjoyed, that aspect will be different. For a Jnani, it will be different. So sun will be like a sun only, and isn't it? So for a wise person, he understands its differences. So as a story, if you take, there is one more story. So what you can say, how we can control the sense organs, that is the related with that only. Earlier days and all, grandparents used to be very strong enough. They have good control over the grandchildren, isn't it? So without the grandparents' children, because many times the ruling, everything will be done by the grandparents. They have their own command. So a grandchild wanted to watch a movie, a recently released movie. So he asked the grandpa whether can I go and watch. It is not nowadays. Nowadays, they will be always watching or everywhere the movie or everything, all entertainments, everything is there. It was not there in the earlier time. So he wanted to watch and he is asking the permission. Then he is saying that, no, you are not allowed to go and watch the movie. So the grandchild had, means he was not having that much command over, or he cannot convince, or he cannot ask why. That much respect they had, or he had on grandfather. So later on, after so many years, when he become, he got a job, or later in the later stage, he is asking on that particular day or particular time, why you didn't give permission for me to watch that movie. Then this grandfather is saying that, so you got a desire to watch a movie. So if that time, if I give permission, you don't have that control over the desire. So there are so many things in the world which will be attracting you. It doesn't mean that whatever things make you to get attracted, everything is to get fulfilled. It is not mandatory. It is not necessary. Means we should have our own control over our own emotions. We should have some control over the emotions, where whatever is necessary, whatever is required, whatever do's and don'ts are to be bifurcated, and we have to calculate and we have to enjoy. So it doesn't mean that something comes and you have to see if you have to fulfill, not like that. So I want you to make, or I want you to control the senses. And when you later on, and after some time, actually in this story itself, after some time, this grandfather only called this grandchild and allow permission after few days. Means once if you controlled yourself, once if you listened me, then later on I given permission for you to watch the movie. Means that sense gratification, sense control, how much it is necessary in our day-to-day life, in the parenting point of view also, this is very important for us to understand. Okay. So how we are controlling, and this is very important. So that's why it is saying that a wise man only can understand a wise man. Like how Swami Vivekananda told, no, another Swami Vivekananda only can understand what I have done it. Another Vivekananda only will understand what Vivekananda is. And further he told, for the next 50,000 years, 1,500 years, what is required for the humanity I have given. There's a different aspect, but a Vivekananda only will understand a Vivekananda. Means a Jnani only will understand another Jnani. And a Jnani will look at a Jnani on which perspective, which angle. With Jnana point only will see. Will feel, अरे वो सन्यासी, वो साधु, वो ऐसा है, सब त्याग कर दिया है, उनको क्या संतोष है, वो कोई enjoy नहीं कर रहे हैं, we are all enjoying, we are happy, like that we think. But a sadhu will think that this is what is the self knowledge, that is the highest form of life. What these people are doing, or what we can say, the mundane enjoyment, they are what you can minimizing their life, or their the maturity is that much only. That way of thinking can happen, or he realizes, isn't it? But a jnani only understand another jnani, isn't it? That also we need to understand. Still, if you are not understood this sloka, the next sloka will explain further. Apuryamana machala pradishtam samudramaba pravishandi yadvat. That sloka also is very beautiful sloka. Apuryamana, who will chant?
I will chant.
Yes. Seventeenth sloka.
70th.
Apuryamana pradishtam.
Apuryamana
Samud. Two times.
Apuryamana pradishtam.
Samudramapa pravishandi yadvat.
Samudramapa pravishyandi yadvat. Samudramapa pravishyandi yadvat.
Tadvat kamayam pravishandi sarve.
Tadvat kamayam pravishyanti sarve. Tadvat kamayam pravishyanti sarve.
Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami.
Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami.
Which chandas it is?
Anushtup Chand.
Apuryamana pradishtam. Samudramabah pravishandi yadvat. Tadvat kamayam pravishandi sarve. Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami.
Apuryamana pratishtam. Samudramapa pravishyandi yadvat. Tadvat kamayam pravishyanti sarve. Sashanti mapnoti na kamakami.
Apuryamanam. Achala pradishtam. Achala pradishtam. Samudram apaha. Pravishandi yat. Tattvat. Tattvat kamaha yam pravishanti sarve. Saha shantim apnoti na kama kami. Read the meaning also.
Apuryamanam, brainful. Achala
Not
pradishtam.
brimful. Brimful means that both the side of the river or something.
Okay.
Brimful.
Yeah. Achala pradishtam, without any motion, well grounded. Samudram, into this ocean. Apaha, waters. Yadvat, just as pravishanti, enter. Tadvat, so too. Sarva, all. Kamaha, objects.
Yam.
Yam, the one, the wise person, into whom. Pravishanti, enter. Saha, be.
He.
He. Shantim, peace.
Apnoti.
Apnoti, grains. Kama kami,
Means
desire of objects. Not. Just as water flows into the ocean, that is brimful and still, so too the wise person, into whom all objects enter, gains peace, remains unchanged, whereas the desire of objects does not gain peace.
anything you understood?
Yeah, that ocean will accommodate all the ocean is full, but still it can accommodate river water or something like that. Just the way, something like that.
Yeah, something like that only. Apuryamanamachala pradishtham samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashandimapnoti na kama kami. So the water, for example, the ocean, if you take Indian Ocean or Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea or Mediterranean Sea or whatever the seas are there, we only give the names. After all, the sea or ocean, there is no difference. It is vast. It is water alone. We gave bifurcation, everything, division, everything we gave. After all, it is the water. It is vast. It is expanded. And never dries up. Small river, pond, well and all will get dried up. And whatever be the water, it reaches there. Whatever be the capacity the water is reaching, it will not get affected. The river, more water comes, flood will be there. Well means well will become pond. Pond, if more water means it will become a tributary or a river alone, isn't it? So that way it size or the shape it increases. So everything, when this all flooded water also, when it reaches to the river, the ocean is not having changes. It will be as it is only. It will not be overflow like other rivers, everything. One aspect is it is interconnected. All the ocean, all the river, all the sea, everything is interconnected only, isn't it? And it will not get over flooded. overflown. Like that, a yogi also it will be. And he will also maintain that peace. Sashantim na apnoti kamakami. So that way of Shanda, a kamakami, a bhogeshtu, or a ajnani cannot enjoy that Shandada. So this different rivers or tributaries are different kamanas, different object of enjoyment. So all this object of enjoyment, when it reaches, the ocean is not having any changes, and everything will get absorbed it. All our sense gratifications get absorbed into the ocean. It will not have any changes. So he who is able to absorb it, he who is able to assimilate it, he who is able to that inclusively absorb it, he will be able to enjoy. But he who is not able to do, a kamakami, he who is behind his sense organs or object of enjoyment, he will not be able to enjoy. So little bit of enjoyment comes, then he feels that it is everything. It will get what is called overflown, like river or a pond. So he will not be able to absorb it. He will not be able to understand the meaning behind it. Okay. So this Sthitaprajna's attitude or the mental attitude is equating with the water in the ocean. So a Sthitaprajna's attitude is like a samudra. So the characteristic of the ocean, the same way of characteristic a Sthitaprajna also will have. What are the characteristics of ocean we have seen? It is very inclusive, it is vast, it is whatever be the name we call different names, it will not have its changes, isn't it? So, but ponds will have its own limitations. Isn't it? The other exceptional cases are different. The ocean will not have any change means if tsunami comes or any other the tide comes, that can harm. But that exceptional cases are different. But otherwise, it is not crossing its limit. It is not crossing its trim or its the wall. It is its boundaries. It is not crossing. The same way, a Sthitaprajna also will not cross its limit, or he will not go behind the sense organs. So how, in today's world, there are number of things which is nowadays, in today's paper also it was there, most number of things which is sold nowadays in the present after the corona is what household items, or the highest sale, more than any vehicles or any other household items are having more sales. What can be the reason? People are there at home, they wanted to experiment many things, and many servants are very less or very minimized. So more minimizing our workload. What all the things are coming in the market? Many companies or the different the market is trying their best to produce different product which make our housewives or the ladies to be more happy, more what you can say, the tension free. So that products are getting more sales also. That way is one aspect. Means the sense gratification for attraction, there are number of things which is available in the market. We get attracted also many a times. Some are required, some are not required. Accordingly, the advertisement also comes that we all are. That's why it is told, Sashandimapnotina kamakami, a kamakami. A kamakami cannot make himself peaceful. A man who is behind all the sense organs or the object of enjoyment cannot make himself peaceful, or what you can say. So that these products alone will not can make happiness, or reduce our needs also. Do you agree or not? Some of you will agree, some of you won't agree. So as and we purchase more and more things, what will increase? Happiness will increase, or unhappiness will increase? In the smaller or a shorter period of time, we enjoy, many times we accumulate, and we may not use it also. And the way in which we see nowadays, one mixie is coming, what some mixie, how beautifully the juice is coming, the product, when you ask the Asan, when you purchase the mixie, you don't expect that the same way the juice will come by any of the fruits, isn't it? So by seeing that today's, we think that let me change, what is called exchange offers are coming nowadays, right? With the same value, this and that, let me exchange this. So many times new mixes will have more problems, isn't it? So old is gold many a times. So that same the happiness we may not be able to enjoy in the things when you are in search of happiness. That is very important. So where that sense organs are getting attracted, that we need to understand. A kite, for example, eagle, the kite we all know, not the kite which we are playing. So the kite which one kite was flying on the sea, and that kite got a fish. All of a sudden, all the crows, crow, all the crows came, and it was behind this kite. So wherever this kite is moving, all the places this crows also were moving. And this kite got very much restless. Array, what to do? Where to go? Wherever I am moving, this crows also is behind me. But the crows are not behind the kite, isn't it? Crows are behind what? That fish alone. And by realizing that, as soon as that kite left, or leave that fish, it fell down on the water. All the crows also went away. Mean that sense of attraction is toward this object of enjoyment, toward this, that is what is getting attracted, that we need to understand. So the anartha will not disturb. Means when you, as soon as you leave that object of enjoyment, no object can disturb, nobody can disturb our attitude. But it is difficult, of course. Everybody to control or to avoid all desire also is very difficult, isn't it? It is like a member of a, what you can say, Club 99 member. You heard that Club 99? You didn't hear Club 99. Many of you are member of what club? Rotary Club, or Bangalore Club, or what else club? Cricket Club. Many clubs, we all are members. Club 99. Anybody heard? So there is a Suraj is a member.
I have heard of golf club. I'm not a member, but I have heard of a golf club.
Golf club. Oh, golf club. Very good, very good. So there is a club, Club 99 also. A rich merchant. This is a story about a rich merchant. So he was very rich, but he was not happy with anything. Always having anger and restless. A good businessman, or he is having enough money, everything, and he had a servant also. The same time, he is very happy with the minimized needs and the salary, and always he is very happy. He is enjoying his life. And he got very much frustrated, this merchant, the rich man. Why this fellow is always happy and I am very much, restless. What is called? I am very crumbly, we can say. I am always into, needs only. I am not able to be happy, restless, always crumbly. And he went to the, what you can say, the pujari or the advisor or his family pujari, and he asked, Swamiji, you tell me what is the reason for me to be unhappy always, and this fellow is always happy, who is having less needs, means less desire, or what you can say, happy with everything. What can be the reason? This then this Swamiji told, you wait, I will make you to understand. You go back to home, you will understand shortly. The next day morning, when he woke up and opened the door to see the newspaper, he found in a thali, in a sanji, in a beautiful bag, a lot of gold. When he took, it was very heavy, and he opened it. He found wonderful gold coins. Immediately he counted, it is 99 numbers of gold coins were there. And suddenly he, how come this 99 came? Where that one has gone? How this odd number has come? He started searching. He told his family members also, search everywhere. Where is that one? Where is that balance one? I wanted to find out. The same time, parallelly, in that his servant in that quarters also, when the servant got up and he found a thali, Sanji, with a bag full of heavy it was, he opened it and he found, yes, there also gold coins are there. And he was so happy. No need to work under him, or I can be happy. I can go to the village and I can make myself very happy life in the village. Like that, he contemplated on himself and he made himself happy. Then this merchant again went to the sadhu, his pandit, and he asked, he narrated these all stories. Then this Panditji told, yes, now you become member of a club 99. You are one of the member now. One more member, you have become added to that club, where finding the unhappiness in happiness, isn't it? We will search what it is not there, isn't it? It is like our Bata shoe and all. We will give the chapel rate, $4.99, make us to be full, isn't it? Get attracted to purchase. So like that, what is there we will not enjoy. What is not there, we will make myself or make ourselves worry and make ourselves unhappy. That is what is Club 99. Now all of you understood who all are the members of Club 99. Whether you come across this club or not, Suraj is member or not, you can find out. Okay. So don't count the missing things. What do you have to do? What is available things, be focused in it. So Vishaya is not the problem. What is the problem? Vishaya is not the problem. Vishaya Sakti. It is called Vishaya Sakti. So sense gratifications, the attachment toward the sense object is the problem that we need to understand. That way we will understand who is a bhogi, who is a yogi, or a bhogi means what? He will enjoy everything. Okay, he is enjoying everything. A tyagi means what? A tyagi also we can add to it. A tyagi is a man who leave everything. Everything is this is midya, that is also midya. Everything is midya. Like that he will tell and he will go away. Means renunciation. So that alone is things. That is a tyagi. Another person is what? a yogi, he will convert all the sense objects into divine objects. Divine, what you can say, the spiritualizing the things, divinizing the things. Whether that word is there in English also, I don't know. Divinizing the things or spiritualizing the things, converting the sense objects also into when we take food, if we can take it as a prasadam, is divine. If any task when you are doing it, it will convert it into what? God's work. That way, when we are enjoying in this worldly life, mundane life, in the social life also, we can divinize the things, spiritualize the things. That he become a yogi. If that also he won't practice, if all this category won't come, means what? That there is a last category. Anybody? A yogi, a bhogi, a tyagi. The last category also will come. Huh?
Drogya.
What is that?
Drogya.
A drohi. A drohi. That is not a drohi. He is a rogi. A rogi can also become. If he don't follow all these rules or the ways of life, he can fall into a rogi. Okay. So what we wanted to, where we have to be, that we need to understand. So apuryamānam chala pradishtam samudramāpa pravishandi yadvat tadvat kāmāyam pravishandi sarve sashanti mapnoti na kāmakāmi. With this we will conclude it. Okay. Anything? 71, 72. Only 2 more slokas are there in this last part. This is one of the biggest chapter. Second chapter and 18th chapter are the biggest chapters. Rest of all the chapters are this. This is what is further explanation comes in the rest of the chapters also, as it is the gist. Now 71, 72 is what is called sannyasa yoga. Sannyasa yoga aspect also will be explained in the last, because the gist of Bhagavad Gita we can see in second chapter. All aspects, the Sankhya yoga, Karma yoga, and Jnana yoga, everything is what is explained here. And the sannyasa yoga also we can see here in the next 2 slokas also. Okay, we will conclude with the Sarve Bhavantu. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi om tatsat. Sri Krishna arpanamastu. Harihi om. Sri Gurubhyo namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you. Shivratri.
Shivratri, sir.
Thank you.